November 4, Alpha Charlie Hotel.
Roger, Roger, and the name there?
Roger, Roger, and the name there? Name is H.C. Hotel Charlie.
Roger, H.C., and where are you located, sir?
Roger, H.C., and where are you located, sir? I am located high atop Bull Run Mountain in northern Virginia, about 30 miles west of Washington, D.C.
Roger, and what radio are you running today, H.C.?
Roger, and what radio are you running today, H.C.? ICOM 7700.
Roger that. And that's a newer radio, right?
Roger that. Yeah, that's a newer radio, right? See, I've had it 12 years. It's fairly new, yeah.
Yes, sir. It sounds really good. Why don't you tell me about your antenna system? Let me listen to you for a minute.
Why don't you tell me about your antenna system? Let me listen to you for a minute. Okay. Right now, where am I? I'm using a ZS6 BKW, feeding it with, according to the meter here, it's 3356. Actually, I'm pushing 200 watts, but it low slung at about 30 or 50 watts, and that's about all I can do with it. I do have a power amp, but it's sitting there unplugged. I'm not going to use it. Back to you.
Roger, Roger. Well, you're doing pretty good there. I'm copying you up in Pennsylvania at about 10 over, so you've got a pretty good signal. Your audio sounds pretty good. It looks like it's about 3 dB dynamic range. Could use a little more top. The question would be, are you sure you're in the top bandpass that radio is capable of being? Like a normal current radio would be capable of 100 to 2900. Do you know what the bandpass of that radio is?
100 to 2900. Do you know what the bandpass of that radio is? That I'm not sure. I think it went up to 3200. I am not really sure. I've worked on it quite a bit, and I think I've got it tweaked fairly well.
Roger, but see if what we want to do is try to make that 100 to 2900, because if we get a little wider than 2900, we have people coming look for us with pitchforks, and if we get lower than that, we're starting to roll off our top end, which we don't want to do. So that's why it's important to be in that 100 to 2900 mode. That will give that transmitter the best capability of operational top-end frequency response, which is where all of the intelligibility is, Roger.
Frequency response, which is where all of the intelligibility is, Roger. Roger that. I will work on that. Got to dig into the book to find that stuff. Right now, my bandwidth is set for 3 kW, or 3K, but I'm not doing anything. Not sure where it is.
Yes, so that's pretty close. We can proceed on. If you have do you have an equalization page?
Close. We can proceed on. If you have do you have an equalization page? Somewhere down here in the settings, standby. Find it today. Hold on. It's not hidden there. It's one of these silly touch screen things around the edge of it. If you can hear me, and if I sound halfway decent, can I go?
Yes, sir. I could give you a note for that. Just crank in a couple of clicks of additional top-end EQ from where you are. 2 clicks additional treble EQ from where you are, Roger. 2
clicks additional treble EQ from where you are, Roger. Roger, I can do that. How's the bass on it?
The bass is excellent. I wouldn't change that. It's just perfect. Just need a little more intelligibility, because there's a lot of things that happen to the top end of our audio spectrum along the way from here to there. Mother Nature sometimes bends half the signal in one place and the other half somewhere else, and sometimes then when they coincide back on Earth at the received point, they might be slightly out of phase, and the first part to cancel in your audio spectrum is the top end, Roger.
First part to cancel in your audio spectrum is the top end, Roger. Roger that. How about if I back up another 4 inches here? How's that?
That's good. I think that would do it. I can just almost hear a little background, but I don't. So I would run it just like that. You sound really good.
But I don't. So I would run it just like that. You sound really good. Okay, I think I'll leave it where I am. I do have a boom mic, and now I'm about 9 to 10 inches away from the microphone and trying to elocute clearly. I hope that works.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, though, I still would prefer a couple of clicks of top-end EQ, and there's nothing that... And the magic frequency, I don't know what kind of equalizer you have, but the magic frequency for treble EQ is 2.7 kilohertz. If you have an adjustable EQ, 2.7 kilohertz, width of 4, probably plus 3 from where you are, plus 2 or 3 from where you are, Roger?
Probably plus 3 from where you are, plus 2 or 3 from where you are, Roger? Okay, I will give that a try. Thank you very much there, John. Or Jim. Excuse me. Yeah, Jim.
Yes, sir. My pleasure, H.C. We've spoken before, right?
My pleasure, H.C. We've spoken before, right? Maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago, possibly.
Yes, sir. I think I recall the name. It was so unusual, and it coincided with the call sign a little bit there, Roger.
It coincided with the call sign a little bit there, Roger. It sort of does, yeah, AYCHH. My tag on the vehicle is AYCH also, but nothing to do with it. Anyway, it's been good talking to you, Jim, and very interesting listening to the people that do happen to come back to you, and I will keep listening. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, H.C. Well, we're down now 6 years from when we started, and we're into the folks that can really use our help. All of the louder stations have checked through, and we've helped them along, and now we're down to the stations that are running with probably not too good antennas, because I've got a local antenna, and I've got 4 Internet SDR receivers spread out in a grid across the eastern part of the United States. So if I get poor signals everywhere, somebody's not getting out, because I'm copying the mail from New York to Georgia. And if there's somebody's S1, they're not getting out. So it probably 2 to 1 has to do with a poor antenna system. And that's why I have been recommending a tuned dipole antenna situation. That's a very efficient antenna system. That's what we're using here, Roger.
A very efficient antenna system. That's what we're using here, Roger. Roger. So far, I've had a lot of good luck with this ZF6BKW. Started out with G5RV and stretched it out a little bit and pulled it down, yanked it around. But it's interesting to hear a lot of the people that are on the air. It sounds like they're talking through a soda straw. You can barely hear them. I don't know what they're using, but it's kind of frustrating knowing that there are things you can do better than that. That bothers me a little bit too, but I try to help if I can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, the thing is, I guess, that folks can't really hear themselves very clearly. Even if they could hear themselves, hearing themselves simultaneously as they spoke would still not necessarily solve the problem. Even if they could hear themselves delayed, might not help the problem, because of knowing how to adjust the equalizer in certain ways to help the pattern be very articulated. Usually it just involves treble EQ. I don't really push the bottom end that much, because as I said before, if you lose the top end and you have a heavy bottom end, you become Mr. Mumbles, because you've ceased to have a balanced signal. So if you don't have a bunch of bottom end and you lose some of the top, you're still in good shape, Roger.
Bottom end and you lose some of the top, you're still in good shape, Roger. Roger. Okay, Jim, I'm going to have to take off here. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep listening, but good luck on getting some more people on there. N4Hch 73.
Roger, HC, thanks for dropping by. We'll have this uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So if you want to hear your beautiful signal, it does really sound good. Could use just a tad atop additional, but go to YouTube, do the call letter search. KC9VKV followed by the word logbook will take you to this recording, and again we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 26, 25, I don't know, somewhere 100 Qso-Vlog air check recordings. 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.